The Joe Rogan Experience.
Yeah, you're gonna scare.
It was a beautiful day. Beautiful day to be back in California. How about this weather, Joe Diaz?
Look at this shit. We're living like doctors out here.
It doesn't
We got
get
the
any
ducks
nicer.
behind this. We got leopards behind us.
It doesn't get any nicer. This is perfect weather. You really appreciate California when you go somewhere else. I just wish there weren't so many fucking people.
And
But I guess that's just part of the
And
price of play.
That's showing
Hey.
the most important thing, why we love it. For all you people that always say, well, we get good stuff by us. Zoom in on that, dog. Matt's number one OG. 33.94% tested in February. That means when that next stock comes up in September, people's heads will be blowing up like Gene Simmons in that one fucking movie he did with. His head just blew the fuck up, you know what I'm saying?
That was with Tom Selleck.
No, that was
No?
with the guy that's German that was in
Oh, Rutger Hauer.
Rutger Hauer, Wanted
Yeah.
Dead or Alive, when he goes up to him and he goes, give 200,000 to whatever and send me the bonus. And he goes to turn and he looks back at Gene Simmons and he touches his face and all of a sudden he pulls the clip out of his mouth and he looks at the other guys and he goes, fuck the bonus.
And he blows his
And it
head
just
off.
blows his fucking head off. That's what's going to be happening here in September. So
Gene Simmons just got arrested, or just got charged with some sort of sexual assault.
really?
Yeah, some makeup lady says he grabbed her and just grinded his dick on her and shit.
He slept with 9,000 women. Do you think he needs to fuck with some fat makeup lady? Get the fuck
I
out of
think,
here.
you know, you want to keep the party rolling, man. You know, sometimes everybody wants to go home and they want the party to be over. You want the party to keep going.
I love Gene Simmons to
I love
death.
Gene Simmons too.
But that fucking weave has got to go, dog. It's
gotta go.
getting really bad.
Yeah.
You can see it's like old spider webs and shit. It's just, it looks like the spider webs from the Munsters. They just painted it black and put it on his fucking head.
Those old rockers, man. Nobody ever did that before. Nobody ever got old in front of us. You know, nobody was ever young and then made it all the way to being like an old dude still doing the same act. You know, that never really happened before, right? I mean, I guess it sort of happened in the 40s and 50s and shit, but a lot of those dudes just died, you know, like Elvis died and Buddy Holly died and, you know, I mean, not that many dudes just really
Ike Turner went to jail.
Yeah.
That's my boy right
John
there.
Lennon got shot, the Beatles broke up, George Harrison's dead, you know. There's not a whole lot of dudes that went all the way from the 70s all the way to today, rocking out, doing the same thing, you know? Look at the Rolling Stones, man. They're still fucking pulling it off.
Writing books.
Still pulling it off. Still going to Brazil and banging tens. Didn't he just like have a baby or something? Didn't Mick Jagger?
Bro, let me tell you something. He's got 19 more babies than Arnold Schwarzenegger. You understand me? And that motherfucker, did you see when he tricked his own wife. He tricked his
he
own
married
wife.
her in another country.
Yeah, and she's like,
So it
look
wasn't
what I
legit.
got. He's like, bitch, check the fine print. You know what I'm saying? That shit don't count. I paid that guy $8. You know what I'm saying? That shit don't work.
Is that legit? Can you do that?
I don't know.
I don't think that holds
Mick
up in
Jagger
court.
did it.
He still has to pay.
Listen, bro, Mick Jagger is one of the best businessmen of our time. I remember I was living in Boulder. They played Boulder at the stadium. And it was like a 3-hour delay. And like a month later, I was talking to some people. They're like, dog, Mick Jagger showed up. I see that the tickets were still empty behind the stage. He didn't give a fuck if they couldn't see him. I ain't going on stage till you sell those tickets.
Really?
He made them sell out those fucking tickets. I couldn't even see this. Give it to them for half price. We gotta get some.
Wow.
He's a fucking businessman.
Really?
Fuck yeah, 3 hours late to you, so I don't care. I got nothing to do.
How do you know that it was him? It was his decision? Is that in a book or
Because
something?
he was the businessman. He was the last of the real Mohicans, man.
You have a mechanic hat on.
I know.
Is it from the new movie?
Yeah, but I'm supporting the old one out of respect. The old movie, the new movie did dick. You know what I'm saying? It did dick. It did dick. The numbers are even down on.
Did you see it?
I wouldn't fucking watch that with my eyeballs on this planet. I'm loyal to Charles
I watched it on a
Bronson.
plane. It was, it was okay. It wasn't bad. I like that dude.
I like him too, but he ain't no Charles Bronson. You can't do that to Charles
Yeah,
Bronson.
that's the problem, man, when you
can't
redo
do
a
that.
movie.
You
I
can't
mean,
do
he
that.
would play a great assassin, but when
Yes.
you call it the mechanic, and then you have sort of the same sort of plot twist, you know, he takes on a protege, and it didn't make sense that he took on a protege in this movie. In Charles Bronson's movie, Charles Bronson seemed like legitimately troubled. This guy seemed like all of a sudden he's breaking his own rules and he's hanging out with this dude just because he killed his dad. Like, what the fuck? And I didn't buy it. In the Charles Bronson movie, I
bought
bought that
it.
he was
I bought it.
troubled.
Yeah, he
you
was
know?
troubled.
Charles Bronson was a bad motherfucker, dude. When he was doing Hard Times, he was like 50. You know that? When he did that fucking cage fighting movie? You remember that shit?
Fuck yeah.
He was like 50 years old when he did that movie.
Gotta get the fuck out of here, though.
All right, let's get out of here. Thanks for doing the podcast, my friend.
Yo!
Later.
Hello.
Bam! Podcast is over. All right, Shafir, you and Brian had a little hissy fit. How do you think you guys recovered from that?
It's not a hissy fit.
No, it wasn't?
Well, mostly it was just the point was that you need to trust the people that you do stuff around. So that's no matter what, even if you
Do the
should or
stuff.
shouldn't trust
For
them.
people don't know what we're
Yeah.
talking about, they had a psychedelic adventure together.
Psychedelics. If you're doing psychedelics, be in a place where you feel comfortable.
Yeah, like
you know?
a podcast.
Yeah, 6 comedians.
Comedy
It
podcast.
took me a while of being smoking at the UFC and then doing edibles at the UFC to then move up
To acid.
feeling comfortable enough in this environment where I could do acid. I wouldn't do that my first UFC.
Do you think you would do it again? You gonna do it
Yes.
one of the new ones? You gonna do it July 1st? July 2nd?
Here's my plan. Announced right here, okay? I'm having a scavenger hunt for edibles. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. Yes, in
Good
Vegas.
idea.
I don't know how I'm going to do it, but there's going to be some way that if you find a phrase and come find me and say whatever the phrase that is, like, the president is amazing, whatever it is, I'll be like, boom, there you go. Have a good trip.
I think you are
Right early on.
grossly underestimating the power of the podcast. You're fucked right now. You're fucked, man.
All right, scavenger hunt.
And
Yeah.
officers of the law would be able to easily do that.
Yeah, you're ready.
Hey, the secret word is I'm a cop and you're under arrest.
Yeah, we might
yes.
want to cut this
I'm
part
not
out.
Yeah, that-
Okay, keep it on. This guy's
Bet you
crazy.
did there.
He's a rebel. He's a practical, regular Hunter S. Thompson.
No, there's no. If you're a cop, don't be a douche. Just fucking, it's fine. Nobody's getting hurt on this one. Just let
Wow,
it
they
go.
might get hurt.
But if you're one of those guys, we're gonna figure out a way to do a scavenger hunt. And if I leave clues taped, don't be the douche that fucking rips them off, because I have to think that through too.
Right.
Don't be
Yeah.
like, oh, I get the first clue. I'll just no one else will get it.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't cheat. Because maybe you should have some sort of a rule.
Yeah,
you
I've
never
gotta have a
know,
way to
you
like,
know.
get it there like nonstop.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe I'll make like go to this concession stand, the third
I
letter.
would say the safest way to do it is to hide the stuff somewhere. To say that you're gonna put it like go to some like shirt and put it like under the skull T-shirt and then Twitter it. Twitter where you put it and then leave.
Oh,
That
like
way people can go in and
oh!
then
I thought it
find
was like
there.
I didn't have it that way. Where like you actually just find the thing. I had
Yeah.
like going to scavenger for clue. This clue will take you there. That clue takes you there, and then that gives you the prize, and then
Yeah,
price
that's kind of
code.
complicated for stoners.
So just
I
where
think
it is.
If you just decide to take brownies and insert them in places like there's the gayest cowboy boots on the face of the earth. They're in this store.
yeah, something like that.
Reach inside.
If
will
you
get a
find
brownie.
those, yeah, and then
that's
come.
it.
I
That-
had in my mind that they would come up to me and I could see who they were and just watch them do it. But you know what? Fuck it. Just tell me who
And
you
you
are.
could always say, "I've heard."
Uh-huh.
I've heard that if you go to that store, you find the gayest boots in the world, and inside that boot is a brownie. Could just be a rumor. Just say that. That way you absolve yourself of any criminal knowledge.
Yeah.
Just that's the word. The word on the street is there's a brownie in those gay cowboy boots.
Take a pic. Yeah, whatever. Something like that. If I see a purple.
Got a
yeah.
fucking plan.
All right.
All right, we got a plan, folks. July 2nd, the shit's going down.
Talking Monkey is not involved with the actual
Does not
purchase or
endorse the
distribution.
product.
God bless City Group. Amen.
Very good, kids.
Yeah, okay.
Another beautiful day in Southern California, and I'm with my pal Duncan Trussell.
Hi.
We just got done doing the podcast, and you introduced me to The Whitest Kids You Know, The Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah, Pledge of Allegiance, Whitest Kids You Know. Check it out.
Fucking genius. Do you think we
Subversive.
could shove this into the podcast, or we get sued for that?
Probably get in trouble for it.
Probably get in trouble.
But it's so good that I think the Whitest Kids You Know will probably be dead within the week.
Really?
I think their plane's going down, man. If you're on a plane with the Whitest Kids You Know, get off.
Yeah, get off. Freak out. Have a freak out. It's
Yeah.
worth going to jail. It's worth going to jail to stay alive. It's brilliant, though. The Pledge of Allegiance thing is fucking amazing. It's perfect. It's like talking about how creepy it is having kids recite. I don't want to tell you anymore. But it's awesome.
Yeah, it's good. Check it out.
Dude, we always go to some crazy, deep-ass, fucking weird place when we do this
Yeah.
podcast. But you don't do that much on your Lavender Hour, right?
Well, it not as much as we do on this. I don't do this that much anywhere. I these kinds of conversations, like, I'll have them with Natasha when we're not recording stuff, but I don't have them all the time. I'd probably be in a hospital or something. These are the kind of I'd be usually pushing a cart down La Cienega.
Screaming.
Yeah, screaming.
So what is it about this podcast that brings it out in you and makes you have these crazy conversations with us?
It's probably a combination of the super strong marijuana you provide for the guests and the coconut water. I think
Is
there's
that
some
what
kind
it
of
is?
synthesis. Yeah.
It's nature coming together.
Yeah.
In some sort of a weird concocted combination of chemicals and events.
Yeah. Maybe it's your tattoo.
Is that what it is?
Maybe like you get sucked
Maybe it's
into,
the samurai
into
one,
the
the new one.
DMT tattoo.
Oh, that's this one.
But it's great.
Tattoos, dude. You get all sleeved up if you can take the pain.
I can take the pain, man. I just don't. I don't know what to put. I don't know what to put on my arm. I can't make the decision. I change my mind
I think
too
you should
much.
have Nikola Tesla with a bottle in his hand.
That's a great
Nikola
idea.
Tesla drinking.
That's a great idea, man. But this is why I don't want a tattoo. Here's why I don't want a tattoo.
Why? Nikola Tesla fucking that pigeon that he loves so much.
No, because you got to explain it to everybody.
I know.
It creates a talking point for strangers.
Well, if you ever break up with your chick, you got something.
It's
Order
not
a
a bad
drink,
idea.
slap that thing down at the bar, and then girls will go, "What is that?
What is
Is that
that?
guy fucking a pigeon?"
Yeah,
Well, you don't know the Nikola Tesla story, honey.
yeah, that's exactly how I
Fell in love
operate.
with a pigeon. That's how you operate.
I happen to have a DVD in my fanny pack.
Why? It's amazing. I did a thing called Drunk History on HBO. You might have seen it.
Yeah, here, check
Can
it
we
out.
can we put that on the podcast? The Drunk History? Can we show people that?
Well, it's on YouTube. I don't know if you can. It's not mine, so
It's not
probably
yours?
not. It's
Whose is it?
HBO.
Can we just stick it in here and put it on YouTube?
It's on YouTube. If you embed a YouTube link, just YouTube Drunk History Tesla, but it's not. You can't do it. See, this is the
Trying to
beginning.
steal.
They
Yeah.
got their fingers in you now.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Once we started getting on serious and and bringing in lawyers, but I
Yeah.
think
Lawyers will scare the
I think
shit out of
with
you.
our plans to move this into some sort of a cable television format, I don't think we're going to lose much as long as we continue to do it exactly the same way.
You know what?
I think it'll be a little bit more complicated because it'll be on a set instead of in my
Yeah.
house. But look, if it sucks, we'll just start doing them in my house too.
Well, yeah, do both.
Yeah, they can't stop me. From
You
doing
could
it
have
here, too.
one that's on TV and one that's
Yeah.
uncensored.
We could do that. We could do it one day a week on television, and the other days a week do it here. We could easily do that.
Totally.
The key is to just keep doing it. The key now seems to be when you approach all this social networking stuff and you look at like how it's helped people in the past, like Dane Cook, and he's the master of it, obviously. And you look how it helped him. It was a slow build, and slowly built to the point where it sort of, took on a life of its own.
I think the model you should follow for you, though, is not Dane Cook. I think it's David Koresh. It was a slow build for him, too. But
Yeah,
you're going to
it
have
ended terrible.
ATF agents swarming your fucking studio once they know where it is.
Why? What are we doing wrong?
I don't know. Yet.
What are we doing wrong?
Just starts off with some ideas, man.
Dude, I'm not looking to overthrow the government. I'm looking to get high and go to movies.
I want to get high, go to movies, and overthrow the government.
I don't think you will.
No, I
That's
don't.
not work, man.
I don't.
Imagine running the government. Fuck, what a drag.
I hate it.
that would be.
I love this country. I love the government of the United States of America. I love police officers. I love authority. And I don't want to do anything mean to you guys. And so I love you. Please don't kill me.
With that said, that's the end of this video blog. Shazam, bitches. This 3 in 1 week. I hope you liked it.
Oh, sure.
We mix it up. Al Madrigal was just on the podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
That was great.
I've known Al for at least 10 years, right?
Yeah.
Maybe more.
10 years.
From back in the
it's
day.
11 years. Yeah.
Dude, we smoked pot in your friend's apartment.
It was my
It
apartment.
was your apartment.
And we watched old Oprahs.
That's right, we did. We watched Oprah from back when she had big hair.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You just sit there fascinated by watching old
He
Oprahs.
thinks I'm fascinated by Oprah, which I am,
Yeah.
to a certain extent. But it's
Well,
been
why
going
would
on
you
for
be?
that long. My Oprah fascination.
No, we sat there going like this. I remember just eating something and just looking at it like,
Yeah.
look.
Yeah. This was the non-assertive Oprah who didn't have control of her own destiny. This was the Oprah that really was just like interviewing like KKK members and stuff, and people would sit in folding chairs. It was like old school Oprah.
Were you a huge Color Purple fan, or?
No, I never even
Did
watched
you
that movie.
did
I
you
just
see
like the
the
Oprah
guy?
show.
That dude, that gif of her taking a piss in Color Purple?
No.
Somebody just
Oh,
repeated it over and over again, so it just looks like Oprah peeing. Just standing there going,
I would love to meet that Stedman character and hang out with him and find out what's going on
That's
with that.
great insight. What does she do for companionship?
She's got a beard. She's got a girlfriend.
Yeah, what's her name?
That girlfriend, that Gail chick that she
Gail-
was hanging
Gail
out with.
King.
Gail
Think
Scissors.
that's her boyfriend
Yeah.
or her girlfriend?
Yeah,
Think so? A
Yeah.
lot of people do.
I think.
And then
She's
that other
attractive.
dude, that Stedman guy, is like hanging around. Who knows? Who gives a fuck? It would be sad. Well, maybe that would be cool, man. What if she came out? What if she retired her show and then came out? That would be kind of funny.
I think she's.
You think she's gay?
It doesn't matter. I think
She's not going to ruin your
fantastic.
career.
No. I think she's fantastic.
I do too. I love Oprah.
But there always is an explanation for.
I do love Oprah. I think Oprah is very positive, man. I listen to her show. I think she's positive. Look, man, like I said, not everyone's Al Madrigal, not everyone's you, not everyone's me. There's different people that have different tastes. I like watching professional pool. You know, what most people think is probably one of the most boring fucking things in the world to watch. I'll never say what anybody should and shouldn't like. But I recognize that for people like Oprah, for women that are like of like age and and like interests, and like she's fucking fantastic.
Guru.
Yeah, she's majestic, man. Those women, they found a voice. They found someone who just really not just relates to them, but elevates them and gives them something where they feel like they belong to. There's going to be a big void. Who's going to fill it? Al Madrigal, why don't you put on a dress and maybe you can be the next
go
Oprah.
out there.
Let's do it together.
Do I have to put on a dress?
We'll both do it. We'll wear dresses and we'll pretend we're women and we won't even address it.
That's right.
Give up recipes.
I'd be
Cut that out because it's not funny.
Yeah.
Minivanmen.com. Al Madrigal, Maz Jobrani, and who else is on it?
Chris Spencer.
Chris Spencer. Beautiful. Yeah. You can't miss it. Get that shit. If right now it's on just minivanmen.com, but
iTunes
eventually it'll go on iTunes soon. And you can follow Al on Twitter, Al Madrigal, ALMADRIGAL. High five. That's my buddy.
Oprah.
Al
I
Madrigal.
think I'd be quoting Joe to Ice. Fuck, man, right? Come on, kids. I got European journalists to strangle. That's
The European ones are really the hard,
the
real hard
dicks, yeah.
time.
The Italians don't even write shit down. You're sitting there just like, I got it. Good.
Really?
Yeah.
They don't write things down? What country's the biggest problem?
Japan's just awkward. You have an interpreter and shit like that. Like, you tell me the new features of Gears of War 3. And I'm like, there's no new ones. Really? Right? And I'm like, I'm just fucking with you. They're like, oh, right.
Alright, feature time.
Alright, we're ready to win. Thank you.
Cool. Are you videoing? Great. Should I do the Cuban egg roll?
Yes.
Show everybody what's up.
Yeah, exactly.
Show everybody your
Show
wiener.
Mr. Huge.
What's that guy's name? Wiener that got busted? Tony Wiener.
Tony Weir.
Yeah, what does he do? Is he a
He's like
senator? What does he do?
a senator, House of
Congressman.
Representatives, yeah, something like that.
Poor
And-
fool.
Yeah, he has like 80,000 followers on Twitter. And at what point,
Nice.
has anybody ever actually landed a girl by sending them a photo of their
Yes,
I know.
for sure. That's why they're doing
That's
it.
how I met her.
I think it's about...
said he did.
dick? Yeah.
He goes, so you got the same question in the room, and everyone goes, no, and he goes, I did.
And then I did. Yo, I hope your face wasn't in that.
It's all about swinging at a lot of pitches, I think.
Batting
for a lot of
average.
guys. It doesn't matter if you strike out, you gotta swing at as many
I got a buddy of
pitches as
mine,
possible.
like, and he would fuck anything.
Yeah.
And for every disgusting girl he would land a super hot girl. Because he just didn't
The
give a
numbers
shit.
game.
He's like, look, there's a hole. Let's fucking do it. Right?
Yeah, I have a buddy who is not an attractive guy, but he will hit on anything.
Yep.
And he goes, hey, you never know. You never know.
Yeah.
And
Put
I
yourself
guess
out there.
there's
Sometimes it's that confidence that they're like, all right.
Yep.
And then there's a guy who just runs
You
his
get
mouth
used to
until he gets
dealing with
laid,
it.
right?
But something happens to them as they get old, they start getting crazy.
Yeah.
You know, because they've been sort of like trying to block off rejection. They're getting constant rejection. They go like 90% rejection, 10% acceptance. So 90% of their experience with women is get the fuck away
There's
from
the
them.
10% that just, the guys who just keep their fucking mouths running, the girls finally like, fine, all right.
Yeah.
Shut up.
You think they suck us
They
down?
don't shut up.
So,
See you, buddy.
thank you very much, man.
Yep.
Thanks for
Enjoy
appreciate it,
Vancouver.
man.
Say hey to the Nugget. Great to meet you.
Have fun.
Captain.
Cliffy B, ladies and
See you,
gentlemen.
buddy.
Nice to meet you too.
Nice meeting you.
If I did it today, it'd be different too because I'm a different person. I'm a different person than I was just 4 or 5 years ago.
Totally.
You know, I think I'd be better at it today. Like I have more patience. You know, especially.
Fear factor?
Yeah, if I started doing Fear Factor again, I have more patience with people, I think, than I ever had back then, which is ridiculous when you think about it.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. I think it would be fun. But I don't know. I don't know if it's going to happen. I think it'd be interesting, though. But I'm so fucking busy right now, man,
Yeah.
between the UFC
You're on the
and
road.
comedy and writing and doing this podcast and all these different things that I love. You know, I love doing all of them. So it's hard to think about doing something else.
I do think, though, if you do it, it would help all your other things, though. And so it would make all your other things better.
You know, and also
Having
it
a
feels
schedule
like,
like that is tough.
it feels like it, you know, it was all of our babies. You know, that show was all of our babies. But but to me, it was like I was there for every fucking one of them, man.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 148 episodes. I was there the whole thing. So I feel like for me, it almost feels like, man, if someone else is doing it, it's like someone is wearing my condom.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like someone's fucking my wife, but it's like someone is wearing my condom. Like, you're doing it your way, I guess, but hey, man, what are you doing with that? I've used that already.
Yeah.
It would feel real weird, but
gross.
now it makes me feel like a super douchebag for doing the man show. You know, because like for Jimmy and Adam, that's probably so gross.
Yeah.
To have someone else do it, ugh, I would have never
Wearing
do that
your
now.
clothes.
If that came up again and someone said, "Would you do the man show now?" and now, never in a million years would I do it. I was delusional.
Well, you were stepping into a machine with that show, weren't you? And you
Yeah.
know, you didn't really have room to take it over.
No, they wouldn't. They
make
wanted it to
yours.
fit like in their model of what it was, and so whenever you compromise, two ideas together smash up,
Yeah.
and it's gonna suck. It's gonna be mediocre, and that's what it was. But we shouldn't have done it in the first place. What I should have done is contacted them and see if they really had a problem with it. The way we were led to believe is like that. They don't care. They're done with it.
Did you ever ask them?
Yeah. Jimmy Kimmel had some strong words about the producers and how it all went down, and he was very upset with how it went down. And he sent me a little letter and left me an email. So we had a nice little back and forth.
Yeah. That's the nature of things in general, man. They crumble. The systems fall apart. The way they had it organized, it was destined to change. And
Well,
things.
you can't have the two different hosts doing a comedy
Right.
show and have it be the same show.
Not
it's
at
not
all.
going to be the same show.
I wonder if they're ever going to release it on DVD, or have they?
I hope they don't. I hope they don't.
Just one of those things.
Let it,
They'll let it go.
let it on fire. But I apologize to Jimmy Kimmel on his show.
That's cool.
I thought I was sorry when I did it. And I just got greedy. Like, the idea of being able to do two TV shows at the same time was like, that's ridiculous. Can I actually do that? And then the idea of also being able to do something comedy-wise, because then it was a little weird doing Fear Factor, because it was like, God, a huge percentage of the people don't even know I'm a comedian.
Yeah.
When I'd say I would be appearing somewhere, they'd be like, what's he doing?
Fear Factor guy.
Yeah, what's he doing? You gonna feed somebody worms?
Yeah.
My boy wants to eat worms!
Yeah, that was all day. My boy wants to eat some worms.
eat some
You
worms.
would hear that everywhere. Hey, man, you gotta get my boy on.
Yeah.
He wants to eat some worms.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
There you go. That's a hit.
Hold that.
You
son
got
of a bitch.
something there.
Hold that. Hold that.
You got something.
And then.
All right, you're okay, buddy. All right, you're all right.
Hey! Oh my god.
Guys, thanks for sitting there. Stop. Please don't. Please help me. I'm not a close. Please help me.